Dear learners, welcome to UGC MOOC on Tourism Planning and Sustainable Development. In today's session on the latest policy document and tourism, you will be able to understand about tourism policy and its salient features. You will know about the relevance of the tourism policy and you will know about the various policy documents which are latest. After having the conceptual knowledge of tourism policy, you can easily interpret the tourism policy document. You know about the Tourism Policy 2002 of India. Though tourism planning is a vital element in tourism development, but a high-level strategic planning involving defining the major tourism policies is important. This major tourism policy document reveal an outgoing agreement among all the stakeholders within a destination that they yearn for larger participation in tourism policy. All the tourist destinations face two universal whim and vigor. For example, competition from other established destinations and stress to uphold sustainable development at the tourist destinations. According to authors Charles Gardner and Brent Ritchie, tourism policy can be defined as a set of regulations, rules, guidelines, directives, and development promotion objectives and strategies that provide a framework within which the collective and individual decision directly affecting long-term tourism development and the daily activities within a destinations are undertaken. In this light, dear learner, let's have a look on the National Tourism Policy 2002. India introduced the first tourism policy in 1982 after the Planning Commission recognized tourism as an industry. Further, it was in 1986 that the Planning Commission of India formulated National Committee on Tourism in order to put together plans for tourism sector. As a result, it was only in May 1992 that National Action Plan for Tourism was proclaimed and is considered as a landmark plan in the history of the tourism planning in India. It emphasized on developing tourist areas, domestic tourism, preserving environment and culture, international tourism, improving India's percentage in world tourism and increasing employment opportunities in tourism sector. The planning of tourism in India further improved with 7th and 8th 5-year plan. Finally, it was the introduction of the National Tourism Policy in 2002 which positioned India as a major engine of growth in economic, social and other aspects. It emphasized on the phenomenal employment and livelihood opportunities created by the tourism industry. Tourism has been recognized as an engine of economic growth throughout the world. And if India has to be a part of this revolution, it will have to adopt new strategies, tools and techniques. India contributes a minimal amount of the world tourism traffic, which is less than 1%. A framework needs to be developed which is government-led, private sector-driven and community welfare-oriented. The role of both government and private sector is very important. Our culture plays an important role in tourism. Hence, improvements and environmental upgradation of the protected monuments and its vicinity is very important. Effective linkages developed with other departments and sectors such as aviation, environment, railways, home, etc. Sustainable development is the key factor for the tourism policy. Concepts like eco-tourism concept should be emphasized and socio-cultural effects such as poverty reduction, no gender disparity, preserving cultural heritage should be promoted. Special thrust areas such as rural tourism should be promoted, where our original natural and cultural visits exist. Importance be given to rural tourism. Youth is a new class which has emerged in tourism. Also, this class don't need any elite but ordinary facilities which can be improved through involvement of panchayat, local bodies and associations. Tourism is seen as a priority sector because it helps to maximize the productivity of India's natural, human, cultural, technical resources and support sustainability. Providing high quality of employment, focuses on rural areas which appropriate and relatively low cost programs have extensive forward and backward linkages that helps in employment, income generation, etc. It leads to forex earning and balance of payments. It promotes international fraternity and peace. During this course of the time, the new government of India, they drafted a new policy for tourism and the draft of the same was released in 2017 and various stakeholders were asked to give their views on that. Although the National Tourism Policy was formulated in 2002, however, taking into account the widespread integrated global development and advancement which had a strong bearing on the tourism sector, and this new draft of policy was formulated which is yet to be approved. Some of the salient features of this new draft they include focus on the policy on employment generation and community participation in tourism development. Stress on development of tourism in a sustainable and responsible manner. An all-encompassing policy involving linkages with various ministries, departments, states, UTs and stakeholders. The policy enshrines the vision of developing and positioning India as a must experience and must revisit a destination for global travelers, while encouraging Indians to explore their own country. Development and promotion of varied tourism products including the rich culture and heritage of the country as well as niche products such as medical and wellness, meetings, incentives, conference and exhibitions, popularly known as MICE, adventure, wildlife, etc. Development of core infrastructure like airways, railways, roadways, waterways, as well as tourism infrastructure. Developing quality human resources in the tourism and hospitality sector across the spectrum of vocational to professional skill development and opportunity creation. Creating an enabling environment for investment in tourism and tourism related infrastructure. Emphasis on technology-enabled development in tourism. Focus on domestic tourism as a major driver of tourism growth. Focus on promotion in established source markets and potential markets which are contributing significantly to global tourist traffic with targeted and country-specific campaigns. This policy has a special emphasis on tourism as the fulcrum of multi-sectoral activities and dovetailing of activities of the ministry with important flagship schemes of the Government of India. Thank you.